classic 2023 Toronto Raptors performance. It was competitive. It was close late, but in the end, it just wasn't good enough despite the triple-double from Fred VanVleet. Let's get into it in our post-game show. All right, buddy. Tough game to watch from a Raptors fan perspective, but once again, I feel like I opened every post-game show on this channel like this. The Raptors were competitive. They had it close late, and they just could not get over the line and end up losing 3 points in the end. But again, it's just one where the Raptors they're close late, but it's you're right there. They just can't get over the line. And in the end, it's just not good enough. You lose by 3. The Raptors are now 1-8 in games decided by 3 points or less. That is the worst among those games, as you can imagine, in the NBA. And I always like to say, good teams, in soccer, good teams, they win 1-0. They don't play well, they win 1-0. In NBA terms, I always say, the teams that win these games, it's close, late, 50-50 coin flip sort of outcome. The good teams win those games more often than not. And, well, we're 1-8 in those games, so what does that tell you about this team? It's good, but it's not good enough. It's right where you don't want to be in the NBA. Trade deadline is a week away. I think we can kind of understand the direction the front office is going to take at this point. Best case scenario, you go 4-3 in this West Coast road trip. You have to win the next 2 games to do that. And even then, you are still 5 games back of 500. And that's just not where you want to be. This game was another one that was very clear to me as well that this team can be good. It's a lot of good players that don't mix well, but you give this team a rim protector. This can be a good team. It can be. We got destroyed on the interior all game. Walker Kessler had his way with this team. But at this point, you're 23-30. You're too far into the season. You're too far gone to make that adjustment. It's time. It's definitely time to focus on the draft if you're not there already. And there were good performances here. There were some good performances here. It just wasn't enough. The overwhelmingly good performance, Fred VanVleet, was astonishing. He's been at an all-star, dare I say, all-NBA level since the turn of the year. And today was definitely that level again. A second career triple-double, 34 points, 10 assists, 12 rebounds, and he did it efficiently. 12 for 25 from the field, almost 50%, pretty much 50%. 4 for 9 from 3. He was great. He was outstanding all game. 3 steals a steal and a block as well. Unfortunately, the 3 turnovers, but man, look at that stat line. Siakam had a really rough start to this game, ended up playing well beyond that point. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 for 22 from the field. Not his best, but not his worst either. Gary Trent was solid. Barnes was largely inefficient, but had some effect in this game in the end. I thought Achua as well had another great game. I very much misutilized in this one, which I'll get more into in a second. On the bench, a lot more struggles. Boucher looked great today, though, was cutting to the rim really well and scoring. The bench still does not offer you much, though, beyond Chris Boucher. And when Chris Boucher isn't on, it offers you even less. Walker Kessler dominated. I mean, how obvious is it the Raptors don't have a rim protector or a big? Walker Kessler, good player. He's rookie, great player. Shot 8 for 10, though. Had 17 points, had 14 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds. He had 7 blocks tonight. Walker Kessler's a very good rookie, but come on. That's very, very enlightening to people who do not understand where things are going wrong, mostly, in my opinion, for the Raptors. And a lot of those occurred late in the game, and for some reason, the Raptors started the fourth quarter with Boucher as the big, and Boucher played well. But when they took out Boucher, they went to Thaddeus Young, and Thad got torched. He's been getting torched as the big. But they kept and they didn't go to Achua. Achua only got 25. Why is Achua not getting 30 minutes in this game when he played well? He looked great, and he just didn't get minutes. That's a coaching decision that I don't understand from Nick Nurse's perspective here. I don't know what he's thinking in that spot. Genuinely, Chua should have played more in that fourth quarter, but that's not the reason the Raptors lost. They didn't shoot well. I mean, a lot of this game was a hustle aspect. That's the only reason the Raptors were really in it. Utah played a great game all throughout from a shooting standpoint. They shoot 53 from the field, 36 from three. The difference is lie in the fact that the Raptors had 25 offensive rebounds. They forced 16 turnovers compared to committing 8. And they lose. They took 27 more shots. They took 27 additional field goals to the Jazz, and they lose. How do you, as an NBA team, lose from that spot? And it's just this team isn't good enough. We say it every game. We get to the same point from every game. The Raptors find ways to lose these games. Earlier in the season, like December was awful for the Raptors. There were tons of blowouts. But December, they've been competitive. And they just lose close games. Like, we go to where the schedule has been. Like, the Jazz game, it's close, but you lose. Suns, it's close late, but you lose. Blazers, you kill. Warriors, it's close late, but you end up losing by 12. It was close with like 4 minutes left. You kill the Kings. You kill the Knicks. You couldn't kill them. You play well against the Knicks. Celtics, close late, but you lose. Timberwolves, close late, but you lose. Bucks, same thing. Like, all these games, you're right there late, but you're not finding ways to win them. That is the mark of a team that is not going anywhere. That is the mark of a bad basketball team. Unfortunately, there are good players here. There are good pieces. It is not a good mix. Whatever it is, it just has not worked this season. We are a week away from the trade deadline. We are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're 5 days away from the end of this godforsaken road trip where Masai and Bobby can finally commit to a direction for this team. The only direction for me can be down with what we've had. But to finish off the postgame show, how have we managed to lose all of these close games late? What has been the factor that has caused us? Jazz game, you score 128, you could not get a stop late. The Suns game, they hit a ton of shots late, you couldn't stop them. The Warriors game, ton of shots late, couldn't stop them. I was in Vegas, I didn't watch this game. Timberwolves, different. You couldn't score late, that one. Bucks could not get a stop late. It's just when the going gets tough, the biggest parts of the biggest scenarios in those games, nobody can get stops at the rim. We're not getting the stops that we need in those areas. We're scoring, we're just not getting the stops. We don't have a rim protector. They get to the rim, they score. And the lack of a rim protector has affected our ability to close out on shooters, freeing up for three. And on a consistent basis, you're right there late. You can't get stops, and you lose. At the end of the day, you lose. As far as, the aspirations for the season, if we're focusing on draft picks, hey, the Raptors had a good January. They didn't get blown out, really, other than the Hawks game. They're keeping it close. They just still lose. And if you're going to watch this one, if you're going to keep watching this team, which of course I am, I support this team, at least you're watching entertaining games rather than just the team giving up, because you still see it. They haven't given up. They're still working hard. They still want to win. And it can't be easy. It can't be easy going out there losing like this when you're expected to be a good team this season. So, for the people saying like the locker room's gone, the attitude isn't there, they're 7 games under 500. They won 48 games last season. I'd be pissed too, man. I'd be pissed as well. So that's just where we are in the season. Gonna have to fight through the last few games this road trip before any action is gonna take place. But every game is the same. You're competitive, you blow it late. That's who we are. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Before you go, please make sure smash that like button. It does go a long way to supporting the content. And if you want more just like this, we do a Raptors watch party and post-game show like this for every single Raptors game. Please make sure you're subscribed as well. Support Amateur Hour. You like the Raptors, you'll love Amateur Hour. Get involved today. Join the Amateur Hour Army.